Every day, billions of us connect online, browsing, chatting, shopping. The internet feels familiar, a tool we use without a second thought. But is what we see truly all there is? Imagine an iceberg. The visible tip is the internet you know. Search engines like Google Map, only this surface. Shockingly, it's just a tiny fraction. Some say less than 5%. That means 95% remains unseen. What's hidden beneath? A vast digital territory out of reach for everyday browsing. This is the deep web, and within it something even more mysterious stirs, a realm designed to be hidden, operating by different rules. Tonight we pull back the curtain, we venture into the digital unknown. Prepare to question everything you thought you knew. The internet you use daily is curated by search engines, showing only what's indexed in public, but much more lies beyond. Unindexed, unseen. This is the deep web, not inherently sinister, just private. Think online banking, company networks, cloud storage, medical records, all protected, restricted, and not for casual browsing. The deep web is a colossal ocean compared to the surface's small pond. It contains data and resources that support our digital world. But even the deep web isn't the end. Deeper still is a segment intentionally hidden. It requires special tools and knowledge to access. Here the mystery intensifies. This is the gateway to what many call the dark web. Let's go deeper. We journey further, past the deep web to the dark web, a place shrouded in legend and fear. It's a small fraction of the deep web, but its reputation is immense. What defines it? Anonymity. Users here are masked, using tools like the Tor browser. Layers of encryption make tracking difficult. For some, it's a sanctuary. Journalists, activists, whistleblowers. For others, it's a haven for illegal trades and criminal enterprises. Secrets are bought and sold, dangers lurk. Our mission to explore this complex territory, to separate chilling facts from rampant myths. Is it lawless, necessary, or something more nuanced? Join us as we expose the dark web's secrets and surprising truths. Let's begin. To understand the hidden internet, start with the visible, the surface web. This is your daily digital landscape. News, videos, social media, shopping. Search engines like Google and Bing map this public space. They use bots to index pages, making them discoverable, but this is just the tip of the iceberg, about 5% of the internet. Search engines create an illusion of completeness. The surface web is open, accessible, and designed for broad access. But it can't contain everything. Its structure isn't built for privacy or deep storage. Recognizing these limits is crucial. To know the dark, you must first recognize the light. The surface is only where our journey begins. Let's dive deeper. Beneath the surface lies the deep web, a realm vastly larger and more diverse. It's not about shadows, but about privacy. The deep web includes anything not indexed by search engines. Think online banking, private cloud storage, corporate intranets, academic databases, medical records. These are legitimate, necessary, and intentionally private. The deep web is the engine room of the internet, working silently out of sight. It's about access control, privacy, and security. Protected by passwords, firewalls, or simply not linked publicly. The deep web isn't a monolith of forbidden content. It's a complex, mostly mundane, but absolutely vital layer. But there's a deeper, darker corner still. Let's go there. Now we enter the dark web, a small notorious segment of the deep web. Unlike the broader deep web, this part is intentionally hidden. It requires special software like Tor to access. Tor routes your traffic through multiple relays, creating layers of encryption. This makes tracing users incredibly difficult. Anonymity is its defining feature. For some, it's a lifeline: journalists, activists, whistleblowers. For others, it's a cloak for criminal activity. The dark web is a tiny fraction of the deep web but holds unique secrets. Imagine the ocean. The deep web is vast. The dark web is the deepest trench. Small, specialized, and operating by its own rules. A world away from casual browsing. Let's map it out. Let's clarify the three layers. The surface web, public, indexed, easily accessible, your daily internet. The deep web, not indexed, requires logins or special access, vast and mostly legitimate. The dark web, intentionally hidden, accessed with special software built for anonymity. The dark web is a part of the deep web, not separate. Think of the iceberg. The tip is the surface web, the mass below is the deep web, and hidden caves are the dark web. Each layer serves different purposes and uses different technologies. Accessibility, indexing, technology, and purpose set them apart. Understanding these differences helps us navigate wisely. Many confuse deep web with dark web. Don't. The deep web is mostly mundane and necessary. The dark web is small, focused on anonymity. clarity is the first step to understanding the hidden internet. How do you access the dark web? Not with a regular browser, it's barricaded, requiring specialized software. The most well-known tool is TOR, the Onion Router, originally developed for secure government communication, now open source. TOR is the gateway for most dark web explorers. The TOR browser looks familiar but works differently. It sends your traffic through a global network of relays, obscuring your identity. Other tools exist, I2P, Freenet, but TOR is the most prominent. .onion sites are the addresses used here. Without these tools, the dark web remains invisible. Understanding access is the first step to understanding the dark web. Let's see how anonymity works. TOR's name, the Onion Router, reflects its layered approach to anonymity. Your data is wrapped in multiple layers of encryption. Each layer is peeled back at different points in its journey. When you use TOR, your connection travels through at least 3 relays. The entry guard knows your IP but not your destination. The middle relay passes encrypted traffic blindly. The exit node sees the destination, but not your origin. The website you visit sees only the exit node's IP. This separation keeps your identity hidden. The more relays, the harder it is to trace you. This intricate network is the backbone of dark web access, a shield for those who wish to move unseen. Why would someone actively seek out these hidden corners? What draws individuals to use tools like TOR to navigate the deliberately obscured paths of the dark web? The motivations are as diverse as humanity itself. They range from the noble to the nefarious, from a desperate need for freedom to a dark curiosity. There is no single type of dark web user. The cloak of anonymity attracts a wide spectrum of people. For many, the primary driver is a quest for privacy. In an age of mass surveillance and data harvesting, some individuals simply want to browse the internet without their every click being tracked, logged, and analyzed. They seek refuge from corporate trackers and government oversight. The dark web offers a space where they can reclaim some digital autonomy, a place to explore ideas or information without leaving a trace. This desire for simple privacy is a powerful motivator. Then there are those who need anonymity for their safety. Journalists in countries with strict censorship and press suppression. They use the dark web to communicate securely with sources, to publish stories that would otherwise be silenced. Human rights activists and political dissidents under oppressive regimes, they organize, share information, and bypass government firewalls. Whistleblowers use it to leak sensitive documents, exposing wrongdoing. For these individuals, the dark web is a vital tool for freedom and justice. However, this same anonymity also attracts a different crowd, those who wish to operate outside the bounds of the law. Curiosity might lead some to explore simply to see what's there, but others seek out illicit marketplaces for illegal drugs, stolen data, counterfeit goods, or weapons. The dark web's untraceable nature can facilitate these transactions. It can be a haven for criminal enterprises. Understanding these varied motivations is crucial to understanding the dark web itself. Imagine taking your first cautious steps into this realm. After installing the TOR browser, you enter a different kind of web. Addresses here don't end in .com or .org. They're often a random-looking string of letters and numbers, followed by .onion. These are unique to the TOR network. You can't access these sites with a standard browser. Finding these .onion addresses is the first challenge. There's no Google for the dark web, not in the same way. The experience itself can be disorienting. Websites on the dark web often load much slower. This is a direct consequence of the onion routing. Your data is taking a long, circuitous route through multiple relays. This is the price paid for enhanced anonymity. Patience becomes a virtue when navigating these hidden sites. Many sites also have a more basic, rudimentary design, less flash, more function, or sometimes simply less polish. You'll find a strange mix of content, should you explore. Forums discussing privacy, technology, and politics. Libraries of censored books or academic papers. Secure email services designed for anonymity. But alongside these, you might stumble upon disturbing material, links to illegal marketplaces, unsettling content. It's a stark reminder of the unregulated nature of this space. Extreme caution is not just advised, it is essential. Every click carries potential risk. Malware can be hidden on poorly maintained sites. Scams are rampant, preying on the unwary. Law enforcement agencies also monitor parts of the dark web, attempting to identify and disrupt illegal activities. Simply browsing is not illegal in most places, but engaging in illicit transactions certainly is. Entering the dark web is a journey into an unfiltered, unpredictable digital frontier. The dark web is often misunderstood, so easily painted as a realm of pure, unadulterated evil. But is that the complete, unvarnished truth? Or is there another side to this shadowed coin? What if these same shadows also offer protection, a vital shield for those who need it most desperately? Anonymity, you see, is not always a villain's cloak. Sometimes it is a lifeline, a stark necessity for survival in a world that watches every digital move we make. Consider the brave journalists, those dedicated individuals who relentlessly seek out truth in the most dangerous places, reporting from the heart of war zones amidst chaos, exposing deep-seated corruption under oppressive regimes. Their crucial work inherently puts them at great risk. Their confidential sources are also constantly in peril. Open, unencrypted communication can be a death sentence. They need secure channels, impervious, untraceable, channels that cannot be easily monitored or intercepted. The dark web, through tools like the Tor browser, can provide this. It offers a relatively safer space to communicate without the immediate, chilling fear of reprisal. To share vital information that powerful entities want suppressed, it allows them to protect their vulnerable contacts, to gather the evidence that can, and often does, change the world. This isn't about facilitating crime, not in these instances. This is about raw courage. This is about profound dedication. This is about speaking undeniable truth directly to power. So you see, the darkness is not absolute, not impenetrable. Beams of light can and do penetrate even the deepest digital recesses. The very technology designed for concealment can also liberate. It offers a much-needed haven, a digital sanctuary, a place where voices, otherwise systematically silenced, can find strength, where the vulnerable, the hunted, can find a measure of safety. This is a crucial and often overlooked aspect, lost in the sensational headlines that dominate the discourse. A more nuanced understanding is absolutely essential. Beyond the realm of journalism, there are others, many others who navigate these hidden digital paths, and they do so for profoundly good reasons. Human rights activists, dedicated campaigners for social justice. In numerous parts of our interconnected world, their work is forbidden. Their voices are systematically and often brutally crushed. Speaking out openly, without protection, invites severe persecution. The threat of imprisonment looms large, or even worse. They face constant, invasive surveillance from state actors. How then can they effectively organize their efforts? How can they share critical information safely amongst themselves? The dark web, once again, offers a potential answer. A platform relatively shielded from the prying digital eyes, the ever-watchful gaze of authoritarian states and regimes. Here, within these anonymized spaces, they can coordinate protests. They can securely document human rights abuses as they happen, alert the wider international community to atrocities unfolding in shadows. They build vital networks of resistance, quietly, securely, defiantly. Think for a moment about those individuals living their lives under regimes imposing strict censorship, where access to unfiltered information is tightly controlled, where learning about the wider world is actively restricted. The dark web can, in such circumstances, become a window, a small but significant crack in the great digital wall. It allows access to banned websites, to alternative news sources, to challenging ideas that directly confront the official narrative. This very access is a potent, undeniable form of empowerment. For these brave groups and individuals, it is not a choice, not a matter of simple preference or technological curiosity. It is, quite starkly, a choice born of dire necessity. The surface web, for them, is a digital minefield, constantly monitored, aggressively filtered, inherently dangerous. The robust anonymity offered by the dark web becomes their shield. It allows them to continue their absolutely vital work, to tirelessly fight for freedom, for justice, for human dignity, to give a powerful voice to the voiceless, even from digital shadows. Then there are the whistleblowers, those unique individuals possessing an extraordinary reserve of courage, those who witness serious wrongdoing from deep within organizations, rampant corruption, illicit illegal activities, gross abuses of power. They face immense, almost unbearable pressure to remain silent. The personal and professional risks of speaking out are enormous. Careers can be instantly ruined, lives irrevocably endangered. They desperately need a secure, untraceable way to share the critical information that they possess. The dark web provides exactly such avenues, such conduits, secure digital Dropboxes specifically designed for anonymity, platforms meticulously engineered for anonymous submissions, dedicated organizations committed to receiving and verifying leaked documents. Think of the major groundbreaking exposés in recent history, stories that have profoundly shaken governments to their core, or revealed widespread corporate malfeasance and deception. Some of this crucial information first surfaced through these hidden channels. Protecting the identity of the source is absolutely paramount. This vital function is not just important, it's essential for a genuinely transparent and accountable society. It underpins the very idea of holding power responsible. When official channels for reporting wrongdoing fail, or are complicit, the dark web can, and often does, serve as a last resort, a place where inconvenient truths can finally emerge, unvarnished. It directly challenges the pervasive notion that power can operate entirely in secret. It empowers the lone individual against the might of the institution. This represents a powerful, necessary check on unbridled authority. So it becomes clear the dark web is not merely a digital back alley, not just a den for illicit trades and nefarious actors. Its inherent capacity for providing anonymity serves profound ethical purposes. It actively supports and enables free speech where it is most threatened. It facilitates the crucial flow of information that needs to be public. It offers a protective shield for the brave, the principled. These legal, legitimate uses are a powerful testament to the complex, undeniably dual nature of this hidden internet. Light indeed can be found and often shines in the deepest darkness. We've explored the light, the legitimate uses, the vital havens. But now we must turn our gaze towards the deeper shadows. For the anonymity that protects the vulnerable also shields the villainous, the exploitative, the criminal. The dark web is home to thriving hidden economies, bustling marketplaces operating far beyond the law's reach. These are not your typical e-commerce sites, far from it. They are digital dens, stocked with forbidden goods and illicit services, a parallel economy flourishing in the internet's hidden depths. This is where the promise of untraceability finds its darkest expression. Criminals, by their very nature, seek to avoid detection. The dark web offers them precisely that. A perceived sanctuary, a place to conduct their business away from prying eyes, away from law enforcement, away from societal judgment. The layers of encryption, the .onion addresses, all designed to make transactions opaque, identities masked. It's a powerful lure for those operating outside legal boundaries. A digital frontier where traditional rules seem not to apply. These illicit marketplaces didn't spring from nowhere. They are the modern evolution of ancient black markets. The clandestine meeting in a shadowy alleyway, the whispered deal for goods you can't find in any shop, now translated into bits and bytes, clicks and code. But the principle remains the same: supply and demand for the forbidden. The scale, however, is vastly different, potentially global, reaching customers and vendors across continents, all connected by the invisible threads of the dark web. The sheer variety of these hidden emporiums is staggering. Some are vast, like sprawling underground department stores. Others are niche, specializing in particular illicit wares. They come and go, shut down by authorities, only to reappear, sometimes under new names with new security measures. This constant cat-and-mouse game defines their existence, a testament to the resilience of these digital underworlds, and the persistent demand for what they offer. This is big business conducted in the deepest shadows. No discussion of dark web crime is complete without it. The name itself has become legendary, almost mythical. Silk Road, the first modern darknet market to gain notoriety. Launched in 2011, it was a game-changer, a pioneer. It demonstrated the massive potential for anonymous online trade, specifically the trade of illegal drugs, its primary offering. But it didn't stop there. It was an Amazon for the illicit, a platform built on a radical libertarian ideology, or so its founder claimed, freedom from government interference. The mastermind behind Silk Road was Ross Ulbricht, a young American with a physics degree and a grand vision. He operated under the pseudonym Dread Pirate Roberts, a character borrowed from The Princess Bride, whimsical yet sinister. Ulbricht believed individuals should have the right to buy and sell whatever they wanted, as long as they weren't harming a third party. A philosophy that many found appealing, many others appalling. He built an empire, processing millions of dollars in transactions, creating a blueprint for countless copycat sites that followed. What could you find on Silk Road? Primarily, a vast array of narcotics: cannabis, LSD, cocaine, heroin. Listed like any other product on a conventional website, with seller ratings, customer reviews, even dispute resolution. But it also offered forged documents, fake IDs, passports, hacking services, counterfeit currency, even allegedly more sinister things. It was a one-stop shop for the underground economy, all transactions conducted using Bitcoin. the cryptocurrency of choice, ensuring a degree of anonymity for both buyers and sellers. The reign of the dread Pirate Roberts, however, was not eternal. Law enforcement agencies around the world were closing in. The FBI, DEA, and others mounted a complex investigation, painstakingly tracing digital breadcrumbs following the money. In October 2013, Ross Ulbricht was arrested in a San Francisco library, logged into Silk Road's master controls, caught red-handed. The site was shut down, its servers seized, its legend cemented. Ulbricht was later convicted and sentenced to life in prison. But the closure of Silk Road was not the end, only a chapter. Silk Road may be gone, but its legacy endures. Countless other marketplaces have risen to fill the void, each offering its own catalog of contraband, its own illicit wares. The sheer range of goods and services is, honestly, deeply unsettling, a stark reflection of the darker aspects of human demand. So, what exactly can be bought and sold in these hidden corners? Well, the list is long, and often disturbing. It paints a grim picture of a thriving global underworld accessible with just a few clicks if you know where to look. Illegal drugs remain a dominant category, perhaps the largest. From cannabis and psychedelics to opioids and stimulants, vendors operate almost like online pharmacies for the prohibited, shipping their products worldwide using stealth packaging and evading customs and postal inspections with varying success. This digital drug trade has really transformed how narcotics are sourced, moving beyond street corners and into the anonymized digital space, making access potentially easier for some, but harder to police for others. It's a complex challenge with profound public health implications. Beyond narcotics, the trade in weapons is also a grim reality. Firearms, ammunition, even explosives can sometimes be found, though often less openly advertised than drugs, more clandestine. The sellers are shadowy figures, the buyers, unknown. The thought of untraceable weapons falling into the wrong hands is, honestly, a chilling prospect, a serious threat to public safety. These transactions highlight the extreme dangers that lurk within these unregulated digital marketplaces, where the absence of oversight allows for the deadliest of trades. Then there's the booming market for stolen data, your data, credit card numbers complete with CVV codes and billing addresses, login credentials for bank accounts, social media, email, full identity packages, names, dates of birth, social security numbers, all harvested through data breaches, phishing scams, malware, and sold in bulk to fraudsters and identity thieves. This information fuels a vast underground economy of cybercrime, impacting innocent individuals far removed from the dark web itself, a constant reminder that these shadows can reach into the light. The dark web isn't just a marketplace for illicit goods, it's also a hub for illegal services, a kind of dark gig economy, where individuals offer their nefarious skills for a price. Anonymity allows these service providers to advertise openly, or as openly as one can in such hidden spaces, catering to a clientele seeking to cause harm, disruption, or chaos. From digital sabotage to real-world deception, the range of services on offer is both creative and, honestly, deeply concerning, a testament to the ingenuity of the criminal mind. Hacking for hire is a prominent offering. Need access to someone's email account, a social media profile, want to take down a rival's website with a DDoS attack? There are individuals and groups claiming to provide these services. They advertise their skills, their success rates, their prices, often payable in cryptocurrency naturally. Malware and viruses are also developed and sold, ransomware kits, keyloggers, remote access trojans, tools for cybercriminals to prey upon unsuspecting victims. Counterfeiting services are another common feature. The production of fake passports, driver's licenses, diplomas, and high-quality counterfeit currency from various nations. These forged documents can facilitate other crimes: identity theft, illegal immigration, financial fraud. The sophistication of some counterfeit operations is honestly remarkable, making detection difficult for untrained eyes. It's a constant battle for authorities to stay ahead of these increasingly advanced methods of deception. Perhaps most disturbingly, there are listings for violent services, the infamous hitman for hire sites. While the legitimacy of many of these is highly questionable, often suspected to be scams preying on desperate or malicious individuals, or even traps set by law enforcement, the very existence of such listings is chilling. It speaks to the darkest possibilities of an anonymous platform. Even if many are hoaxes, the intent is there. The query exists. A grim reminder of the depths to which some will sink in these shadows. How is all this illicit commerce funded, this shadowy economy? The answer overwhelmingly lies in cryptocurrency. Bitcoin, Monero, and other digital currencies are the lifeblood, the preferred medium of exchange on dark web marketplaces. Their perceived anonymity is the primary attraction. Unlike traditional banking systems, which require identification, cryptocurrency transactions can appear, at first glance, untraceable. No names are directly attached to wallet addresses, just strings of alphanumeric characters, seemingly anonymous. This pseudo-anonymity provides a crucial layer of protection for both buyers and sellers of illegal goods and services. It allows them to transact without involving banks or payment processors, entities that would undoubtedly flag or block such activities. The decentralized nature of most cryptocurrencies means no central authority, no single point of failure that can be easily shut down. This makes it an ideal financial tool for criminal enterprises, facilitating the flow of billions of dollars in illicit funds. A digital cash system for the underworld. Criminals, however, are not content with just basic anonymity. They employ further techniques to obscure the flow of funds. Services known as mixers or tumblers are often used. These services take cryptocurrency from multiple users, pool it together, and then distribute it to new addresses, breaking the chain of transactions and making tracing far more difficult. It's a sophisticated game of digital hide-and-seek designed to launder illicit profits and evade detection, a constant challenge for financial investigators. But the anonymity of cryptocurrency is not absolute, not foolproof. Law enforcement agencies are becoming increasingly adept at analyzing blockchain data, the public ledgers where transactions are recorded. Sophisticated forensic tools can sometimes link identities to wallets, especially when crypto is converted back into traditional currency or when mistakes are made by the criminals themselves. The takedown of Silk Road involved meticulous financial tracing. The battle between criminal innovation and law enforcement continues, fought on the digital frontiers of cryptocurrency and the dark web. So you're curious, perhaps tempted to peek, to venture into these shadowed digital avenues yourself, but understand this very clearly. This is not a game. The dark web is not a tourist destination, not a digital theme park. The risks of direct exploration are substantial. They are real. Every click, every download, every interaction carries weight, a potential for harm, for compromise, for regret. The very anonymity it offers can be a double-edged sword, luring the unwary into unforeseen, dangerous situations. Caution is not merely advised, it is absolutely paramount. One of the most immediate threats? Malware, malicious software, viruses, trojans, ransomware, spyware. They lurk, hidden within files, embedded in seemingly innocuous websites. A single careless click could infect your device, compromising your personal information, your financial details. Your computer could become a zombie, part of a botnet, used by criminals for their own nefarious purposes, without your knowledge, without your consent. The digital hygiene required here is extreme, far beyond the norm. One wrong step can have lasting, severe consequences. Scams are also incredibly prevalent. Deception is a common currency. Remember, this is an unregulated space. Trust is a fragile concept. Promises of incredible deals, unbelievable services, too good to be true. They almost certainly are, designed to part you from your cryptocurrency or worse, to ensnare you in illegal activities. Many supposed marketplaces are nothing but elaborate hoaxes, taking your money and delivering nothing but digital silence. There is no better business bureau here, no customer protection. You are on your own, in a landscape filled with digital predators. And then, there's the content itself, the psychological burden. You may stumble upon material that is deeply disturbing, illegal pornography, violent imagery, hate speech, extremist ideologies, content that can leave a lasting, scarring impact on your mind. The unfiltered nature of the dark web means no safeguards, no content warnings, no moderators to shield you. Furthermore, accessing or distributing certain types of illegal content, even accidentally, can have severe legal ramifications. Ignorance of the law is rarely an accepted excuse. The risks are not just digital, they can be profoundly personal. But what if you never intend to visit the dark web? What if you steer clear of Tor, of onion addresses? Does that mean you are safe from its reach, its influence? Unfortunately, the answer is a resounding no. The dark web's dangers can touch anyone, even the most cautious. Because your personal information, your private data, it might already be there for sale to the highest bidder, circulating in those shadowy marketplaces without your knowledge. A chilling thought, isn't it? Your digital life, exposed. Your privacy, violated in the most clandestine of ways. How does this happen? How does your data end up there? The primary culprit: data breaches. Massive security failures. Hackers target corporations, government agencies, online services. They steal vast databases filled with user information: names, addresses, phone numbers, email accounts, passwords, credit card details, social security numbers, medical records, private messages, sensitive personal photographs. This stolen treasure trove of data is then often sold in bulk on dark web forums and marketplaces, fueling a vast and lucrative underground economy. Think about the sheer volume of this illicit trade. Millions, even billions of personal records are bought and sold, your digital identity reduced to a commodity, a price tag. Cybercriminals purchase this data for various malicious purposes. Identity theft is a major one, assuming your name, your life, opening bank accounts, applying for loans, filing fraudulent tax returns, all in your name, wreaking havoc on your finances, your reputation. The stolen credit card information is used for unauthorized purchases, emptying accounts before you even realize what has happened. It's a pervasive, insidious threat. The consequences for victims can be utterly devastating. Financial ruin is a very real possibility. Years of debt. The emotional toll is immense. Stress, anxiety, a feeling of violation. The arduous process of reclaiming your identity can take months, even years. Proving you are who you say you are, untangling the mess. This is the unseen impact of the dark web, its tendrils reaching out, affecting ordinary people, those who have never ventured near its shadowy corners. A stark reminder of our interconnected digital vulnerability. Your data's unwanted journey can have profound real-world pain. The dark web is more than just a marketplace for stolen data. It's also a breeding ground, an incubator, a service hub for the tools and techniques of cybercrime itself. Hackers and malicious actors don't always build their weapons from scratch. They can buy them, rent them, commission them. On the dark web you can find a disturbing array of cyber arsenals. Sophisticated malware, hacking tools, phishing kits, all available for purchase, often with customer support. Lowering the barrier to entry for would-be cybercriminals. Democratizing the ability to cause widespread digital harm. Consider ransomware, the digital scourge of our times. Malware that encrypts your files, holding them hostage, demanding payment, usually in cryptocurrency for their release. On the dark web, you can find ransomware as a service offerings. Criminals provide the malware, the payment infrastructure, and take a cut of the profits from their affiliates. Phishing kits are also readily available. Pre-packaged deceptions, fake login pages for banks, email providers, social media, designed to trick unsuspecting users into revealing their credentials. These tools amplify the reach and impact of cyber fraudsters. The real-world impact of these dark web-fueled activities is enormous. Individuals lose their savings, their identities, their peace of mind. Businesses suffer devastating financial losses, operational disruptions, reputational damage that can take years to repair, if ever. Critical infrastructure, hospitals, schools, government services, they too are targeted, with potentially life-threatening consequences. When hospital systems are crippled by ransomware, lives are at stake. This is not victimless crime. The harm is tangible and widespread. The digital shadows cast a very long and dark real-world shadow. The societal cost is staggering. Billions, if not trillions, globally in lost productivity, recovery expenses, and security investments. But beyond the financial, there's an erosion of trust. A growing sense of fear and insecurity in our digital lives. Law enforcement agencies face an uphill battle. The anonymity of the dark web makes investigations complex. Tracking perpetrators across borders is a monumental challenge. It's a constant technological arms race, a relentless pursuit. The spreading stain of cybercrime originating in these hidden networks affects us all, whether we realize it or not. The internet is a vast, sprawling digital city. Not every street is safe, not every corner friendly. The dark web represents an extreme hidden district. But dangers, subtle and overt, exist across the entire web. Staying safe online begins not with tools but with awareness. A cautious, informed mindset is your very first line of defense. Do not blindly assume every link you see is benign. Do not automatically trust every email that lands in your inbox. Think critically, pause, then proceed if you choose to click. This constant vigilance is absolutely crucial for your digital well-being. Curiosity, while a human trait, can be a perilous guide, especially when it whispers of unknown shadowed territories. Like the dark web, a place often sensationalized, rarely understood. If you hear its name, understand the very real, documented risks. It is decidedly not a destination for casual digital tourism. The powerful allure of the unknown, the forbidden, can be strong. But be warned, Some digital doors are far better left unopened. The potential for significant harm greatly outweighs fleeting exploration. Remember the lurking malware, the pervasive scams, the disturbing content. Your personal safety is infinitely more important than satisfying a passing whim. Never, ever download software from untrusted, dubious sources. This should be an unbreakable golden rule of your online conduct. Whether you are browsing the familiar surface web or if, against sound advice, you found yourself near the dark web's edge. Unofficial websites, intrusive pop-up advertisements, unsolicited email attachments. These are common, well-known vectors for malicious software, for viruses. Stick steadfastly to reputable, verified sources for all your downloads, official application stores, the legitimate websites of known software vendors. Always check reviews from other users. Be deeply skeptical of free offers, especially those that seem far too good to be true. They often hide a nasty surprise. Your personal information is incredibly precious, a valuable commodity. Guard it fiercely, protect it like digital gold, because it is. Never share sensitive, identifying details unnecessarily or carelessly. Your full name, your home address, your personal phone number, your passwords, your private financial information, your social security or national identity numbers. Be profoundly wary of any unsolicited requests for this sensitive data. Even if the request appears legitimate, from a known company or service, verify independently. Phishing scams are meticulously designed to trick you, to deceive you. They often create a false, alarming sense of urgency or unquestionable authority. Pause, think. Always protect your identity. It is your most valuable online asset. Section 2. Practical shields, tools and habits for a safer journey. Strong, unique passwords are your digital keys. The gatekeepers. Make them complex, intricate, difficult for others to guess. Ensure each online account has its very own distinct password. A robust combination of upper and lowercase letters is essential, interspersed with numbers and a variety of symbols. Avoid common phrases. Do not use password 123, your birthday, or your beloved pet's name. Consider using a reputable password manager application. They can help. They generate and securely store these complex credentials for you. This might at first seem like an inconvenient hassle, just an extra step. But a weak password is an open invitation to disaster, a glaring vulnerability. Multi-factor authentication, often abbreviated as MFA. Use it. Use it absolutely wherever it is offered by a service. It adds a critical additional layer of robust security beyond just your username and your now strong password. Typically, this involves a unique, time-sensitive code sent directly to your trusted mobile phone via SMS, or generated by a dedicated authenticator application on your device. Even if a determined criminal somehow obtains your password, they would still require that crucial second factor to gain access. This simple step significantly reduces your risk of unauthorized account takeover. Keep all your software meticulously updated. Every single program. Your computer's operating system is a primary concern. Your preferred web browser, your essential antivirus program, all the various applications you use daily or even infrequently. Software developers release these updates for very important reasons. Often, these updates are designed to patch known security vulnerabilities, dangerous flaws that malicious hackers could otherwise readily exploit. Ignoring these vital updates leaves your digital defenses exposed, dangerously weak. It's akin to leaving a window wide open in your unattended house. Set your software to update automatically whenever this option is available. A virtual private network, commonly known as a VPN, seriously consider using one. It's a valuable tool for privacy, especially when you are connecting to public Wi-Fi networks. In cafes, airports, or hotels, these networks are often insecure. A VPN encrypts all your internet traffic, scrambling your data. It also effectively masks your computer's IP address, making it considerably harder for others to snoop on your online activity or to accurately track your physical location through your connection. While not an infallible silver bullet, a VPN enhances your online privacy. It adds yet another important layer to your overall digital defenses. So we reach the end of our journey, our deep dive into the internet's most shadowed, most contentious realm, the dark web, a name that still whispers of secrets, of dangers. What have we truly learned from this exploration? What is the lasting impression, the undeniable takeaway? It is above all a place of profound inherent paradox, a digital Janus, two faces starkly contrasting, forever intertwined, one facing towards the light of liberation, the other towards a chilling darkness. This duality is not a flaw, it is its very essence, its defining feature. It serves as a vital sanctuary, a shield for the oppressed, for the journalist speaking truth to tyrannical power, for the activist fighting for fundamental human rights, for the whistleblower exposing corruption that festers in silence. For these brave souls, the anonymity of the dark web is not a convenience. It is a lifeline, a critical tool for survival, for change. Here, freedom of speech finds its most resilient if hidden expression, a testament to the enduring human spirit's quest for liberty. In this context, its shadows offer protective, necessary cover. Yet, turn the coin. The other side reveals a starkly different landscape, a haven for criminals, a marketplace for the forbidden, drugs, weapons, stolen data, services designed to exploit and harm. The same anonymity that empowers the righteous also emboldens the malicious, the predatory, the lawless. This is the grim reality, the uncomfortable truth of the dark web. Its architecture, designed for untraceability, serves both masters. The noble cause and the nefarious enterprise find equal footing here. A digital frontier where morality is often a distant echo. This is the central, unavoidable challenge it presents. How do we reconcile these two conflicting realities? Can we truly separate the tool from its myriad uses? The dark web is not inherently good, nor is it purely evil. It is a reflection, a stark mirror to the complexities of humanity, our highest aspirations and our darkest impulses. It exists in this gray zone, this murky, ethical twilight, a constant reminder that technology itself is often neutral, its impact shaped by the intentions of those who wield it. The existence of the dark web is not a contained phenomenon. Its ripples spread far beyond its own .onion addresses. It sends tremors through the very fabric of our digital society, challenging governments, testing the limits of law enforcement, forcing us all to confront difficult questions about our online world. How do we balance the undeniable need for privacy with the equally pressing demand for security and justice? There are no easy answers here. No simple solutions, only complex trade-offs, and ongoing fervent debate. The dark web sits at the heart of this modern dilemma. Law enforcement agencies face a monumental task, a constant battle. They must navigate this shadowy terrain to disrupt criminal enterprises, to protect the vulnerable from exploitation, to bring offenders to justice. But the very design of the dark web thwarts conventional investigation. Anonymity tools, encryption, cryptocurrencies, all create formidable barriers. It's a relentless cat-and-mouse game, a technological arms race. Successes are hard-won, setbacks are frequent, and the global nature of the dark web complicates jurisdiction, making international cooperation absolutely essential yet often difficult. Society demands action, but the path is fraught with obstacles. Even if you never venture near its hidden portals, the dark web can and does impact your life, your security. The stolen data from massive breaches often finds its way there. Your personal information bought and sold in shadowy forums, fueling identity theft, financial fraud, endless scams. The malware and hacking tools developed or traded in its depths can be unleashed upon the wider internet, affecting individuals, businesses, critical infrastructure. The threat is pervasive. It is real. The shadows of the dark web reach further than many realize. Its existence subtly alters the landscape of online risk for everyone. Ultimately, the dark web forces a societal reckoning. What value do we place on absolute online anonymity? Is it an essential component of a free and open internet? Or is it an unacceptable risk, a breeding ground for harm? Different cultures, different legal systems offer different answers. The debate touches upon fundamental rights, freedom of expression, the right to privacy, versus the collective need for safety and order. This hidden corner of the internet amplifies these tensions, making them impossible to ignore in our increasingly digital age. Its societal impact is as profound as it is multifaceted. What then does the future hold for this hidden internet underworld? The dark web is not a static entity, it is constantly evolving. As technology advances, so too will its methods, its capabilities. New tools for anonymity will emerge, more sophisticated encryption. Criminals will adapt, finding new ways to exploit vulnerabilities, and law enforcement will continue to develop countermeasures, sharpening their digital forensic tools, enhancing their investigative techniques. This dynamic interplay will undoubtedly shape its future trajectory, a future that remains shrouded in as much uncertainty as the dark web itself. The only certainty is continued change, continued adaptation. The debate surrounding online privacy and anonymity will only intensify as our lives become ever more enmeshed with the digital realm. The desire for spaces free from surveillance will likely grow. Concerns about data collection by corporations and governments are widespread. This may drive more users towards privacy-enhancing technologies, including those that provide access to hidden networks. The quest for a truly private online experience is a powerful motivator, and the dark web, for all its dangers, represents one facet of this quest, a radical, often problematic assertion of digital autonomy. How society navigates this demand will be a defining challenge. Will governments attempt to regulate or even dismantle parts of the dark web? Such efforts have been ongoing, with mixed, often temporary success. The decentralized, global nature of these networks makes them incredibly resilient. Shutting down one server, one marketplace often leads to others emerging. The very act of suppression can sometimes drive these activities further underground, making them even harder to monitor, even more difficult to control. The future likely involves a continued, complex dance between attempts at control and the persistent drive for hidden spaces. An ongoing struggle played out in the unseen corners of the internet. So the dark web remains. A paradox, a challenge, a reflection. A digital frontier that embodies both the promise of freedom and the undeniable peril of unchecked lawlessness. Its future role in our ever-expanding digital world is yet to be fully written. Will its light overcome its shadows, or will new darknesses emerge? Only time and our collective choices will truly tell. The hidden face of the internet continues to watch, to wait, to evolve. Thank you for joining us on this journey into its depths.